What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are on Dargonus in the Administratum. Let's see what's going on, shall we? Greeting protocol. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Identifying your lordship. Please follow me. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Continue in this direction to reach your destination. Your visit has been logged. Thank you, little servo skull. No, no, no. Loot? Loot! Fantastic. Oh! Holy gifts. Nice. Can anybody look at this? A towering pile of papers and endless shelves heaving with ledgers evoke special reverence for the laws of the god over the hearts of the servants of the Adeptus Administratum. Master of Seals. Inkwell of Livia, the impartial first master of the seals of Koronus Expanse. Sacred Scroll 1005, and Monitus of the master inventory of the Cilium to the Adeptus. Let's talk to the Master of Seals, shall we? An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend to the bounds of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All your highborn ever want to do is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Jay glances at you and whispers, what? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue. Shireen, your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You're new here. Do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than to receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry, current hour, current turn, certain cycle, 41st millennia. Metal manipulators immediately begin furiously clacking and taking dictation. Don't you want to know who I am? Gregor von Valancius, sole heir of the rogue trader Theodore von Valancius. May the throne's radiance guide her path on the other side. In a practice move, the Master of Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her, the sole person to publicly assert their claim, to be precise. The colorless eye of the Master of the Seals suddenly fixes on Cassian, lady navigator of House Orsilio, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. She points her finger at the old ledger. It says here that the von Valancius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this, and I at last will mark this matter closed. Cassie stares in puzzlement at the gleaming coin in her hand. House Orsilio thanks you for your service, Master of Seals. The old one smacks her lips in satisfaction and nods curtly. Of course, I know who is standing beside me. It is my job to know. Jai shifts, deliberately putting her jeweled augment on display. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Damar? No, I have not received any reports about you. What is this place? The Master of Seals raises their eyebrows in surprise. You are in the very heart of the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Day and night, hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinates, scribes, servants, and servitors carry out their duties to humanity in the von Valancius dynasty here, never setting foot outside its boundaries for decades at a time, but knowledge comes through comparison. Their entire worlds belonging to the Administratum, so this palace is but a humble cog of the blessed machine of the Imperium. Tell me about yourself. I am the law. I oversee order in the section of the Koronus Expanse, as well as on the worlds of the von Valancius Protectorate. In accordance with ancient covenants made with your ancestors, I hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek and punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. Jay continues in a whisper. She's ancient enough herself. Look at her. She's a bona fide living mummy. Tell me about the work of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Master of Seals tuts in his pleasure. One would think the Protectorate's heir has no care for his tongue, if he's so willing to wag it to the point of blistering. However, a despised servant of the Emperor that I am, do not possess the gift of unallocated time. Let us proceed on the matter of your application. My companion wishes to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lenses at Jay in disbelief, then she looks at you. I take it you are a sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in the conformity with template 40401, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred patronage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hedari. Mistress Hedari, the form of collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, the certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the saccharine smile drops on Jay's face. Seals what seals? We will discuss that when Gregor von Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. Complete the form. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment. For the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you're forced to write the same details over and over about you, the protector Theodore von Valancius, Jay, and every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. I will do it because there was no way she was going to let me do it otherwise. The Master of Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll in a tube labeled with your name. Next to the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data in your most sacred. Give your written consent on the presented form. I will follow procedure for this woman. The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed, application received, processed, approved. The servo skull scribe taps out every word. It's just pronouncement. Come on, Esteemed tomorrow. What's that you're saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here is your document, Mr. Sadari. Unfortunately, it does not have legal force. Yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Bureaucratic tabula officiali once it has received 2 seals of approval. They're easy to obtain. In the Imperial Court, Administratum servers have been handling tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dragonus in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty bound in the Telecus Epsilon system. Why cannot the seals not be affixed here in the Administratum Palace? According to the Amendment 3C8, implemented by Prefectus Astinia II of Dargonus, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the Von Valace Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal... Sorry guys, I keep getting messages and I have to respond to them. The second seal, the ocular lens perched on her nose, click is a reference for the moldering skulls and wrinkled face, settled in the Telecus Epsilon system in accordance with the decree OL008ZN. Unfortunately, after a fire, 300 cycles of galls remains the original decrees and addendum certified by an unknown added with the initials AA. No instructions repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra, therefore the seal remains where it ought to be. Fine. The Administrative servers have been placed 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. The Master of Seals not satisfaction. Please do return once you've prepared the documents. Woohoo! Well, that's what we needed to do for that. I'm sure Jai will not be very happy, but at least we're on the way there. Go to Telecus Epsilon and Mundus. Wait, you telling me that I've finished? I have not. I mean, it kind of it seems like I have, judging by what that thing says. Is it glitched? Here's your paper complete with seals. Yes, oh, perfect indeed. The seals are authentic, so we may continue the certification procedure. Wait, what? I think the game broke. I accept it though. I haven't been to Dargonus' palace yet. Whoa. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the same model that I saw, just that one? This is your cue, and your ticket number is the old woman's ocular lens hums as she zooms in the paper in air. 394. When it is your turn to be seen, the ranking prefect will review your documentation again and sign the official certification for Jai Hadari to possess a Mercantatum Tabula Officiale. You'll have to wait a bit, but it'll be worth the wait in the end, yes? If I must queue, then queue I shall. Then I bid you a good day. I don't know, I just like accepting what I have to do, whatever. Take your place in queue.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
What's this? Crowd hums and surges like a sea of foul weather. The smell of unwashed bodies, ancient parchment, and ink consult your nose. Take our place in the queue. First we save. The queue hums with thousands of voices. Someone has rolled out of bedding and is settling down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is here on the most important business. You have to admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. Jay smiles sheepishly, eyeing the queue. But what a thrilling adventure this is turning out to be, Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before, and sometimes it's good to take a break from constant traveling and to give all this hot-blooded newcomers a chance to cover themselves in glory without us in the way. Wait patiently. In the last 8 hours, the only thing that's changed is the waiting halls, the warden shift. The petitioners in the queue placidly await the blessed hour when their appeal will be heard. The entire queue perks up at the sudden announcement. Number 285. Proceed to the next available window. Throw and take me. What torturous trial have we let ourselves in for? Jai almost was in despair. So much precious time lost, and we've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and gray before we get out of this queue. Do you have a better idea? You wound me, Shireen. Shahidari always has a better idea. What would you say to making the good folk ahead of us hurry up a little? She just a smidge. Her eyes dart playfully over the faces of the people around you. The simplest way to do is make these lowly subjects bow down before the blinding radiance of our title, Shireen. The second option requires a little more patience. I've already found our first compassionate citizen who's standing 50 paces ahead of us in the queue. Simply offer the right words to unlock his heart, and he will gladly swap tickets with you. Also, you have the power to solve the problem of some petitioners removing their need to visit a coveted window. After all, is there anything an ordinary citizen could want that is beyond the power of the conqueror of the stars? We shall solve the problems of the common people. A wise decision, Shireen. Coal traders always say, if you can solve a problem with hard cash, then cost of doing business. Sorry, I had to unplug and plug back in my thing. That's why we were turning randomly. It was doing it on its own. Shay gives you a conspiratorial wink and backs away. Oh, exalted one, could today be my lucky day? No longer will I stand in this hall, waiting day and night for my turn to come. For this kind lord of the House von Valancius and a benefactor of the downtrodden, he has solved my problem. Commoners, come hither. I shall solve your problems. Esteemed lord, take pity on the poor youth as well. I give you everything I have. I serve for the emperor. Only help me solve my problem. You do not add everything, poor wretch. Only your place in the queue. Listen to the young man. I should do everything in my power. The young man in the worn work overalls comports himself with unusual grace for a commoner. My lord, I've been in this queue for 24 moons, already trying to get permission slip to wed my fiancée Zazie. Unfortunately, the servants of the Administratum refused to grant it without signature of a highborn sponsor. Out of my way. Elbowing aside onlookers left and right, a richly dressed lady with a beauty mark augment above her lip charges you. Esteemed lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He's decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer, all for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels. A union with Common will put an end to his studies at the university, but should Dargonus and the Officio Medicae be deprived of a capable chirurgeon simply because of passing fancy? Stassi's a healer too, and she helps the people of the Great Hive a great deal more than my lily-white Shigurian with a diploma. Do not want to live a life of idleness and the spires of Dargonus like you, not when I know there are thousands of unfortunate people who need my help. You wish to study belong very well. I hereby grant you ownership of the Dargonus University of Medicae. You may admit anyone you like. No, I don't think so. As in the name of House von Valancius, I hereby make your fiancée a lady of the court and release her from any obligations thereto. The young man spread several seconds, opening and closing mouth and shut. That means our marriage can finally be certified, and Zazie will be able to become a chirurgeon. I'm just gonna call it a surgeon now too. I don't know how to thank you, my lord. Here, please take this. But I take my place. I'll return later. This time with my fiancée. Done and done. Easiest solution. Next. You've interested me to do business, Shireen. I'll keep that in mind. Her eyes are alight with interest as she watches the young petitioner leave. After allowing a brief pause, a hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air as he speaks, only 3 words: death for life. Jay peers above the man's shoulders to read his crumpled form. You're here to request mortification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as inheritance. She will hardly want your worn out body parts, old timer. The ragged man shakes his head and covers his face with wrinkled hands. Servitor disposal. Warren assist. Only now you notice the tattoo on his right hand. The simply Adeptus Administratum and several interlocking chains. This old fellow is the property of a prefect of this palace. She looks at the man's form again and rears back in horror. The granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor 16 Dargonus years ago, and after a recent accident, she was left for disposal. And now this old man is volunteering to spare pots for the soulless tin can. May the Exaltum keep me from such a fate. You don't have to die, old man. If she's been taken out of service, then the time has come to release her. I will give the order for your granddaughter to be repaired, but if you wish to be with her forever, you will also be subject to servitude and perpetuitus. The old man nods, understanding. Yes, I understand. The Emperor watch over you. I'll give him what he wants. It's what he wants. I'm not me to choose. It's what he wants. And I'm not losing profit factor for these people. I'll have to know enough free specking. Interesting. So that is how a ruler of the worlds and all the stars in the skies acts when he finds an unfortunate on the edge of his magnificent orbit. Jay nods pensively and beckons the next petitioner forward. A mature woman in a finely made but threadbare dress greets you. I heard you were helping those in need. Well, my family is devastated. My life's work, all my shop selling rare hats burnt to ashes. I am living out of my last years as a widow, alone in the cold, deserted manor, without servants, diversions, or delicacies befitting my status. She falls silent, her brow raised in expectation of your response. I suppose you must remarry then. I'll have those people select the best spouse for you. No. Why would you ever? No more husbands or wives. I'm too old for that. All I want is the joy of the last years of my life. And what you want of life is that meaningless and full of despair. Perhaps time for you to turn to the faith. The woman's high school around her replies. Well, I think you're right. What do I want with a tumble-down manor house full of rats and a depressing view from my window? My whole life I've dreamt of interplanetary travel, a pilgrimage. That's it. I'll sell the house and what's left of the shop. I'll buy a one-way ticket. And if we're willing, I will die happy before my savings run out. Next. Please. Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give up their place. It's a pity they weren't also amenable. Jane expects the tickets she now holds satisfaction. We've moved forward considerably in the queue, Shreen, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Sister Argenta, for instance. Jai's voice becomes noticeably warmer. She could engage the people in a prayer or tell a story about some saint or other in exchange for the queue tickets. You could also ask Kadir to use her talent. It's like I thought, no, that could be more disastrous than suddenly erupting volcano. Shreen, forget it. Use your tricks. Free to call them wisdom learned through many years of experience, but I don't care about the precise wording just now. How do you wish to proceed? Sister Argenta, I believe these people have been gripped by despondency. A sermon from one of his daughters could restore them to their determination. You were thinking about it as well. Argenta's gaze is clear as midday sky. Words of faith can heal any wound, even those that bleed not but doubt. I will help these people. Good job, Argenta. Come closer, brothers and sisters, for I'm about to tell you about the true faith and humility in the face of adversity. I gotta get a drink of water if she talks while I'm drinking, I'm sorry. One day they appealed to Saint Justina, then 2 hours have passed. As they say, a freak, there's no star more coveted than that which points to the exalted one. Jake glances aside and glances at Sister Battle as the latter holds out several numbered tickets to you. These were given me in thanks, but poor souls have decided to ban the vigil in this place of the law and return to their worldly matters. Move forward to considerable tree, but you aren't ready to stop there, are you? Rest a tender-hearted man. Jay's eyes catches your eyes and she lands her hands on aware like a man. May the Emperor illuminate your path, brother. I'm Jane, this is Gregor. We've been in Kiel so long already, we're practically family now. Why wouldn't you tell us what brought you to this palace of order? You answered, surprise. Yes, light of the throne, bless you. My name is Manus Appear. I've been here a month already. I've tried everything I can to get to the window, nothing working. My poor Elena, my daughter, my flesh and blood, they detained her on Viaba 6. That sounds really familiar. Did I write that down? No? Charge your game. You these charges are false. That's how our Administratum operates. He covers his mouth and glances around fearfully. I've said too much. I do apologize. It's my nerves. Just keep thinking about her on Veba, shackled down in the mines. My poor Elena. Delicate as a flower she is. She's got weak lungs, you understand, always coughing. And her down in the mines, all that dust and muck, she won't cope with it well. She won't. She was acquitted 2 years ago, but to get the paper certified on the seal, so much time has passed. And now here I am, standing waiting. It doesn't matter. As the rate, excuse moving, I'll be 10 cycles on before the numbers come up. What was your daughter accused of? Falsely accused. She was slandered. They said she deliberately poisoned a whole room of highborn folks with cakes. Have you ever heard of the like of it? These nobles didn't even make it as far as the privy. Panic, outrage, scandal. And so what? It was their own fault, and that's what. A crate of fine Calixian wine was found. The smugglers were found too. And what did the smugglers do? They framed someone else, and my daughter was charged. Of course, blame the smugglers. Do not think your daughter would mind if you let the rogue trader go ahead of you. I'm sorry about your daughter, but if you don't let me pass tomorrow, filthy dark on your friends will 50 dark on your herbs. Look, I do not think your daughter would mind. This is all terrible. Why don't I simply pay you? But I don't think your daughter would mind if you let the rogue trader go ahead of you. But well, the time, and I've been, oh yes, of course, it'd be an honor for the Peer family. Please go ahead, your lordship. Not as smoothly done as I could have been, but you certainly have a style all your own, Shreen. Now what? That was weird. I didn't have any options like to do anything interesting. Move considerably, but we aren't ready to stop yet, are you? Whatever you're thinking, do it. You know, you tell me twice, Shreen, all is fair in level and bureaucracy. Oh my god. What are you gonna do, John? No, did you hear that certification officers will only see petitioners who have a signed number ticket? Thanks to the Exalted one, I managed to get one in the next queue over. Oh, tricky. No one told me anything about tickets. I've been standing here for 7 turns already. If these ashbags want to be tricked, I won't stop them. She watched smugglers, the agitated crowd was swarming themselves and jabbing each other with sheaves of paper. We move forward, consider the queue, but you aren't done yet, are you? Can you persuade some petitioners they must leave the queue? Of course, Lord Captain. Let's go poke around for those empty little heads. Oh my god. We fifth around. I knew you were the one who grasped. Thought you couldn't get away with shopping my mother, did you? Oh my. I can't believe you killed someone. Sorry, look, Captain, things didn't go exactly as planned. She also ran sheepishly. Not at all. Light of my soul, you've done exceptionally well as always. The dead do not need tickets, do they? It's just new tickets. The helm of activity returns to the queue. Petitioners will change. Man is catching their paperwork. After a few seconds, you realize the number being called up at server the third time is the one of your ticket. Well, that went faster than expected. We had to wait a little bit, of course, but this time it was actually fun. She smiles wearily. One less seal, one more certification. You would look at the official trade representative, Jai Hadari. What are you waiting for, Shireen? Let's go. We have a couple hours with the certification officer to get through. Yes, we do. The certification officer leans over the document, his smoothly shaven head gleaming, his augmented ocular eyes whirs, the lenses zoom in and out with the quiet scratching sounds, the cogitate quills that serve in place of the officer's fingers make notes on the fine sheet of paper. The document is hereby certified, says the rasping voice. Return to the Master of Seals in order to proceed, and may his light and wisdom guide you. Next. Check out the rest of this room, shall we? The crowd hums and some... We already read that part. Ah, it's blocked. Can't go that way. Oh no, dead guy.
Searching is my observance.
What'd you observe, Pascal? I haven't a clue.
Let us not dawdle.
No idea. What does a wise one ripped out the servitor's neck and a yellow fluid sleeping from his damaged joints? How could a person have been to do this? Yeah, I don't know what Pascal found, but something that I can interact with apparently.
Keep your wits about you.
Master of Seals, we're here. Just in case. The tip of the law greets you. Here are the seals placed by a certification officer. Wonderful. The Emperor blessed you with the patient greeter and then that apportioned to ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the consistency of your documents for the final time. Show the documents closely so that they are almost touching your nose. From mechanical ocular lenses clicking insistently. Yes, yes, confirmed everything is in order. On this one, the seal smudged slightly. Jay's smile evaporates, revealing her true emotions. Void scorpion scratch out my eyes now. What? Adir stares at Jay in surprise and lets out a whistle. Well, that came out of nowhere. Am I supposed to go overlook it given the rest of certified correctly and properly? Congratulations, Jay. You're now the holder of the Mercantum Tabula Officiali. Do not forget to repeat the certification process of every 100 Terran cycles. Uphold the law of the Imperium proudly and honorably in the worlds of the Koronus Expanse. And one more thing. The lost certificate is a grievous transgression, Mrs. Sadari. Lose the original document, you'll be unable to gain that's the official trade representative, not even with the rogue trader's endorsement. Yes, yes, esteemed Damar. Give me the certificate already. Come on. Her eyes heads over to the Mercatum Tabula Officiali and shine with delight. Praise the exalted one who saw me through all these trials, Shireen. This is something to tell my grandchildren about how humble mortal came to be a trade representative of the Imperium. Let's not bother the Damar any longer, Shireen. Why don't we discuss our next steps on the ship? Absolutely. Let's do it.
I always have a backup plan.
To the ship. Bridge, please. And she's up here, right? Yep, cool.
Shireen, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, Jai Hidari. As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, the assistant to official trade representative Jai Hidari is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen. From the bottom of my humble heart.
And is that the extent of your gratitude?
I actually have something else for you, Shireen.
Should we continue this away from prying eyes?
If it will bring peace to your heart, Shireen, then we most certainly shall.
Oh my, we're doing it again. So as they say, it's true what they say about rogue traders. You really are brilliant at whatever you turn your hand to. It's true. It's absolutely true. I guess we didn't have to do that because we finished. Suppose the rogue trader and her celebrate with her crew on footfall. Oh, when we go back to there, we'll definitely do that. Get me out of here. Now I guess we'll land on the right part of Dargonus. The Von Valancius Palace. I better get some cool stuff in here. And you're not coming, you're coming. Sorry, she's only used so much. Otherwise, we gotta kick her to the curb. It's a big palace. Glory to the rogue trader! Greetings, your lordship! Long live the rogue trader! Long live the rogue trader! Uh-oh. Sus. Sweet. The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a long dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short graying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Wersarian, Wersarian, isn't that Abelard's name? Court Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all the Dargonus, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but one star expires and another flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. The younger man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His black raven hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin middle fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Achilles Scalander, Secretary of the Administratum Department, I hope your journey to Dargonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. The Emperor protected us. Achilles makes a sign of the Aquila. May he remain merciful to us until the end of time. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds, or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have? Governor Urban Drivestum has been notified of your arrival on Dargonus and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, but your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on a moment, Clementia. What did you say your last name was? She nods politely. You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Wersarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their functions within the mechanism. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestum's residence is on the other side of the world by the Administratum Palace of Dargonus. We sent word as soon as you're into the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. Much succeeded. Chancellor Wersarian appears to be unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. I would like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They're very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and the audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need it. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for conversation with me. Achilles bows his head. I'm certain that you will find my report on the state of the affairs of the Von Valancius Protectorate most useful. Absolutely, son. Sounds fantastic. Oh, well. Just a lot to... I'm gonna run around this outside area before the end of the episode and see what we can find. Expect all that for sure. We definitely have the holy gifts now, which is good. Each cocktail linked to the palace's system networks. Soul of your people is with you. Lack lists the names of each rogue trader that led the Von Lance dynasty dating back to the day the capital world was founded. Just want to see if there's anything unique. Fire with courage and give us to overcome troubles. He's just praying. Hopefully we get help with this. Nice. Standing upon the altar is the ancient statue of Saint Macarius. Its regal frame is covered in marks. The relic was claimed in battle on a remote and forgotten world. This is a big area. Oh, nice. Nailed it. I'm assuming, yeah, it was Pascal that used it, not me. Let's toss in a coin, shall we?
What do we have here?
Alright, coin plus clear 6 to the bottom, and we got stuff for it. That's it. Okay. Fine, I mean, more than what I thought we were gonna get. Calva Gamma messengers. And Jai? Social history society, such well-heeled nobles indeed. It would be worth it to go to see without getting to know you, Shireen. The world offers huge scope for doing business. Alright, guys. That's gonna do for this episode. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.